Hi guys, this is Chris with IPGRentals.com, and I'd like to welcome you to the IPG Underground Casino. Not really. This is our studio space that we decked out to look like an old 1950s, 1960s casino because we're going to do a series on the DJI Ronin S Create modes. Today we're going to use the Track Create mode. And you can see that we are going to put the Ronin in the center of the table, and it's going to kind of go and track faces, track cards, just to add a little bit of tension in a oneer that you really couldn't do in any other way. So this is our Goodfellas, Godfather-esque little DJ. So that was our little short film. We were able to do that using the Ronin app and the DJI Ronin S. Let's show you how we did it. So this is the DJI Ronin Pro app, and you can see you have your four options here for different configurations, and we're going to go into the Create modes. You'll see the 6 modes, which we will do some videos on a little bit later, but today we're going to do Track. And so Track caught our fancy here because you could really build tension in a scene by doing a single shot, just to feel the tension kind of grow. And I think the shots that we did, that you saw, kind of added to it in a really cool way. So the way we were able to do that was we set up command points in here, and for every single move that happened, there were points that corresponded with it. So I'll show you how we did it. So we have number 1 here that we see, and you can see the camera just moved just a little bit. That is our first command point right there. You can see there's no non-applicable for the duration because the first shot has no movement into it. So there's no time it takes to get to the first shot because it is the first shot. You can do the stay time though, which we'll go ahead and reduce down. Let's go to 2.2 seconds is fine. So that's going to be how long when I press record that this is going to stay, and then it's going to go to number 2. And you can see number 2 is kind of already set here, so we can keep that here. So let's go ahead and say 5 seconds it takes to get from 1 to 2. And let's have no stay time. Let's have it be fluid to the next sequence. Now, it's important to know that you cannot add another point until you deselect the one that you're on. It took me a hot second to realize that, but with a little tinkering, I was able to figure it out. So I went in and you press this button, you see that lights up blue, and that's actually your third point. So let's go ahead and move this here. Now what I have activated on this is called push mode, and you'll see that it's green. Push mode is you can just push the gimbal exactly where you want it to get to that next point, that next setting. So you can see I literally you just take it and you just hold it for a second, because you can't just grab it and go like that because it'll just go right back. You take it a little purposefully and you just wait until you feel it grab on to the point that you're at. So let's say this one takes 2 seconds to get to, and then we'll have it stay on here for, I don't know, 5.6 seconds. 6 seconds is fine. So to just see the moves, not in real time, but to just see the moves, you hit that play button. So it's going to go back to 1, and then 2, and then down to 3. That's not real time. The only time you can ever see real time is if you hit that button right there in the middle, the record button. So let's go ahead and hit that button. So it's going to go to its 1. So it's going to stay there for 1, 2. Boom, it starts to move. You can see the duration. It's going to take 5 seconds to get down here, and then 2 seconds to get to its number 3. Progress 100%. Boom, done. So we're right here, and that is it. Now there's three little pitfalls that I have about this. Number one is going to be, once you do all 10 points, you're only allowed 10 points, which I think is the first pitfall, because as you saw in our video, I had to actually cut 2 times, because if I would have had 12 points, it could have all been done as a cool whip pan and another whip pan back as the guy gets drug out at the very end. I couldn't do it because I only had 10 points. So that's number one. Number two, when you do get points all around here, it's very difficult. Like here, watch. If I take this number 3 and I put it very close to number 2, then when you go to create another point, it's extremely hard to select the point underneath it. It's almost impossible. So to get to it and to edit it is very, very difficult. So if there was a way to like zoom in or something like that, that would be really great. Or it just had a number system down here that you could just hit, you know, that would be awesome. And then the last pitfall is it's a little bit confusing, because if you want to do a 360 where you start off here and you want to take it all the way around, all the way back to its starting point, and actually as just one command point to do that 360 move, you can't do that. It'll just, as you hit play, it won't even move because it thinks you haven't moved it at all. So I had to make a point for every person, because if I just tried to do a 360, it wouldn't work. If I even tried to do a 180, there was no guarantee that it was going to go counterclockwise, which is the motion that I wanted to go the whole time. Sometimes it would go clockwise, and I think that's an internal thing that the Ronin is just trying to make up the distance as efficiently as it can, so it's making a decision in there, one that I don't necessarily want it to make. So those are really the only pitfalls that I have. I mean, it was okay to just cut those 2 in at the end. I would have liked to have had 2 whip pans. I think that would have really, you know, brought it out a little more and really made it a true oneer. But this is a really, really nifty way to have a oneer, to set individual detailed parameters, and to make something that's really unique. And that's how we did it. So at IPGRentals.com, we want you to feel confident with the gear that you rent from us. So every Monday at 9 a.m. we drop a new video with tips and tricks about the gear that we rent. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, our gear, your vision, IPGRentals.com.